Thank
I
you.
believe so. Yo, go ahead, caller. You're on the Sunday Forum.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, Walter, how you doing? This is Mike
Hey,
Randolph.
Mike, what's going on, man?
It's good. It's
Mike
good.
the legendary. What's going on, baby?
No, you're legendary. But let me give some quick thoughts. First is that a solution to the current problem is a strategy to put together a land trust strategy that preserves affordable housing like for 99 years to make sure it stays that way. The other way is a new unique tax credit to landlords that increases the rent, and they can then get a tax credit in order to offset that rent, and the tenant remains in the building, and the landlord gets his money. And then next is a public-private relationship known as the community benefit agreement. In West Tampa, that agreement resulted in the developer paying for a workforce center as well as a fitness center in order to reduce the level of gentrification. And then finally, related to that unit with the mold and the rat, which is disgraceful, the only way you deal with people like that is to go directly at the board of directors, identify who they are, and then do a court of public opinion, embarrass them at the corporate level. Unfortunately, if you go the legal way, they can hold you up all year long. So I suggest go to the board of directors and make your voice heard. Well, just keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate you, man.
Hey, man, you got it, Mike. You too, brother.
I'm
Commissioner,
really glad he brought that up because
give me some
this
names.
process. Yeah, no, we are.
Give me some names.
Well, I mean, I'll give you just to what he was describing. You know, last year we were dealing not with Silver Oaks, but we were dealing with Timber Falls, and there was so much pressure put on that property got sold in December.
Wow.
And now it's under new ownership because they recognized that they could not. The previous owners were not willing to actually address the challenges of unsafe housing at that location. So yes, coming out and raising Cain over unhealthy living arrangements can make a difference.
Absolutely.
But what he also mentioned was, buying land up and holding it in trust. In the week and a half, I think, or next board meeting, the week after that, we will be establishing a community land trust for Hillsborough County to be able to take land that is available, that we can buy land that's available for mixed income and affordable housing to help lower the overall long-term cost and to make it permanent so that it will be for affordable housing development. And it will provide for a requirement that anyone in that it will require a certain amount of affordable housing units. We do have, unfortunately, a large number of units that were built in the 70s, 80s, 90s, where that covenant that requires affordable housing being offered to tenants in that property, that affordable housing factor requirement ends up expiring. Fortunately, the tax credit program he also mentioned that now uses affordable housing, HFA money, to finance these deals. All of the deals that are for those tax credit deals that are now being approved are for perpetuity. So they will not lose that covenant. But that policy was not the case. And we are losing units every year to those that have expiring covenants. And so the policies that we are putting into place now is that when we dedicate a certain property for having a certain percentage of available to affordable housing residents, to those with 50%, 80%, or even 100%, that's what the HOPE money is for, is to make sure that we're investing those HOPE dollars, that $10 million every year, that I got another $1 million last year and the year before.